Hello and welcome to Off the Map Live, this October 3rd edition. Welcome to the show. We've got a good show for you tonight. We'll be speaking with Markus Lenhard and Jeff Gogue via Skype. Markus is here in-house. If you get a chance to, if you're listening on the podcast, welcome. I know it's a brand new audio podcast. If you like it, let me know, review it. Put that info out there. We want to get some more reviews, some more comments, and see if we can actually make something out of this thing. This show is brought to you by the Paradise Tattoo Gathering, which is coming up soon, in just a matter of weeks, October 20th through the 23rd. Seminar registration is open. The schedule is up at paradisetattoogathering.com. Check it out. It's going to be a blast. I'm really looking forward to it. Also brought to you by Reinventing the Tattoo, now in a digital textbook form. It's fully updated. The chapters get updated regularly. There's guest chapters, there's videos. Check it out at reinventingthetattoo.com. Also brought to you by Dax McClellan and his portrait workshop system, tattooingportraits.com. Beluda digital tattoo release forms. You can put them all on an iPad. You don't have to kill trees and store all that information on the cloud. So if your health official needs to see it, it's readily available. The client has someone fill it out one time and then they can bring it up when they come in. And as always, Off the Map Tattoo, where we are coming from right now. Hello everyone on Facebook. If you guys want to stop by and see the show in person, we are at 84 Cottage Street in Easthampton, Massachusetts, in the brand new Off the Map location in the old Majestic Theater. It's a beautiful space. I really enjoy it. The set's coming along. I promise I'll get rid of this ugly backdrop and yellow desk one of these days. Maybe. And lastly, make sure you check out Adam France's new sketchbook, Proto-Science. It's a 2-book set. It's about 140 bucks. You can go to Adam's website and get that. We have a couple copies here if you want to stop in and get one from us. One is an assembled collection of his sketches, and the other one is a beautifully bound blank sketchbook, so you can put your own stuff in there. Right now, Adam France and Guy Aitchison have an art show going on in our gallery called Surface and Space. The opening, is that this weekend, Josh? This Saturday. This Saturday is the opening of this show, so come by, have a cocktail, and check out the artwork. And that's right here in Easthampton. Like I said, Markus Lenhard and Jeff Gogue will be on the show. Last show, we had Jeff as a guest host, and Josh Ford, machine builder, and Jessica Brennan. If you missed it, you can check it out on YouTube, or you can go to iTunes and get the podcast audio or video version, whichever you prefer. We'll be right back with Jeff in just a few minutes after these commercials. See you then.
At whatever stage you may be in your tattoo career, apprentice, experienced street shop tattooer, or fully custom artist, it's hard not to feel a little competitive in today's tattoo industry, with so many amazing artists working in all styles in virtually every corner of the world. But you can benefit right now by learning from the experience of the tattoo professionals who have dedicated themselves to education in this industry. I'm Guy Aitchison, and I've been teaching in the tattoo field for much of my 27 years in the trade, with most of my educational efforts being focused within my Reinventing the Tattoo platform, which has been an industry standard in education for nearly 2 decades. Reinventing was originally conceived as a series of seminars that I held at tattoo conventions, and its curriculum has been filled out and fine-tuned according to the needs of the artists attending these classes. It's now a massive standalone educational package which can be viewed on any kind of device in order to bring the answers you need right to your fingertips. The Reinventing the Tattoo curriculum is centered around a group of fundamental artistic principles of composition, including flow and fit on the body, contrast, positive-negative relationships, color theory, depth, and other concepts, which are framed in a way that is meant to be as useful as possible to working tattoo artists. The material then covers uses of reference imagery and digital tools in your design process, along with a review of alternate art forms such as oils and watercolors and how they can help refine your skills as a tattoo artist. The technical sections are as comprehensive as possible, covering everything from machines and other basic equipment to stenciling and working on various challenging parts of the body. Not only am I sharing everything useful that I know about these subjects, but I'm also enlisting the help of various top-name professionals, such as Russ Abbott, Nick Baxter, Megan Jean Morris, Phil Garcia, Halo Jankowski, and Don McDonald to share their own experience on these topics. You may have already read the book version of Reinventing the Tattoo. However, the new electronic edition has been seriously updated and expanded beyond the scope of the old book, including not only new chapters by myself and our guest writers, but also introducing a massive section on cover-up tattooing, including chapters on lasers and scar cover-ups, plus loads of new video footage to further illustrate the book's topics. Subscribers can look forward to seeing new material added regularly along with further updates to existing content as the Reinventing curriculum continues to expand and evolve. I'd like to invite you to drop by reinventingthetattoo.com to read more about what we have to offer in the Reinventing the Tattoo educational package. It's the biggest and most detailed teaching effort I've ever been involved with, and I'm completely confident that no matter where you stand in your tattoo career, it can help you to take your work to the next level.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that new Reinventing ad. It's a lot better than the last one. The guy made that himself. It's pretty cool. So we're here with Jeff Gogue, who was on the show last week, and now he's back home in Oregon, and we're going to be chatting with him again. Hey, Jeff. Sorry,
Hey, Ben. How are you?
I'm good. Now that we got connected, I don't know what happened there.
I don't either. It just went, just kicked me off.
Must be that super fancy gaming computer that you're using.
No, I'm on my laptop. I'm just in a fancy bedroom of my son with a... I want to show you the microphone. Whoa.
Hey, that's nice. What does he have that fancy microphone for?
I think he plays video games.
Seems like a waste of a valuable microphone. He should be doing interviews like this.
Well, I talked to him tonight about it, told him about our conversation, and he said he's down and he wants to make it work.
Awesome. I'm excited to help him make that happen. So, can you tell me a little bit about your recent trip over to Japan?
Yeah, we went on September 1st to Japan. I went with Josh Birch, my manager, and a film crew, and we're working on a documentary on large-scale tattooing. It's called Surrender, and we did 6 days of shooting over there, just getting footage of my normal route and kind of the places I visited over the last 5 or 6 years.
So we're having some technical difficulties here. I'm not sure. I guess Jeff's got a bad internet connection or something. What I'm going to do is get set up to talk with Markus, and because he's here in person, so that'll be easier. And when we can get Jeff back, we'll pull him back in. So see you in a minute. Hey, we're back. I'm here with Markus. Hey, Markus.
Hey.
How are you?
Good.
We lost Jeff. I guess his internet was crapping out on him, so we'll get him back another time. What's new?
I'm here.
Yeah, what brings you to the States?
You guys. Well, Paradise Gathering is coming up. Gonna have a couple of seminars to teach there and a little bit of tattooing to do there. There's me being at Jeff's shop off the map northwest, right? Also teaching, also tattooing, hanging out, doing a little bit of mountain biking in this beautiful...
Looking forward to that?
Yeah, beautiful neighborhood here. It's beautiful. I've never been here, Never really
Never
had a
yet.
chance to check it out.
Welcome.
Yeah. Thank you.
So you mentioned you're teaching 2 seminars.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about what they are?
Yeah. The first one I have already done a couple of times. That's called Don't Fight the Brain, and that is pretty much about, you know, the way that we perceive the world and how taste is very deeply anchored in our brain and how we can reach that as an artist. You know, that very deeply anchored taste sense, that aesthetic that can't really go wrong with anything. Our intuition, we see something, we like it, and we like it before we make a decision to like it. Our brain knows exactly what to look at and what to ignore, and as an artist we would profit from, you know, knowing about these triggers. So that's what I'm talking about mostly, and how I make decisions, you know, how I arrive by certain conclusions about the pieces that I do, you know.
So why did you decide to teach a seminar?
You know, I always kind of felt like whenever I could explain something to somebody, I was learning a lot myself. And it felt always like really good to hear myself talk.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Do you find you sort out your own process when creating a seminar?
Yeah, definitely. Like the most exclamation marks in my head pop off when I can explain something to somebody, or if I even just explain something to myself by having to vocalize, you know, putting together a seminar. There's just so much stuff that I learned from putting together these seminars. And the other seminar is about Bio-Mech, and it's called What Is It? Which is pretty obvious question whenever, you know, everybody who is walking around with Bio-Mech on their body pretty much knows what that is all about. Everybody who's doing Bio-Mech or who is trying to get that into his workflow, they know it's hard to get into being a Bio-Mech artist, or to do like more Bio-Mech, get more Bio-Mech into your portfolio, because it's hard to sell that to people. And I think, you know, what I want to talk about in that seminar is, it's a little philosophical, maybe, just to explain what it means to me, where it comes from for me, but also to I also go over certain things that just make it really, really easy to get started with it, you know, and then to not get confused with it, because it's abstract. And abstract can be really, really confusing, because where to start? You're not drawing a dragon, you're not drawing a flower, something that is self-explanatory. You're trying to make something that is just pretty or just attractive without, you know, really explaining itself. So you're really dealing with very raw emotion there, and sounds all very grandiose, but...
Well, I've noticed the Bio-Mech has a very, a similar visual vocabulary in a lot of artists' work. Meaning that you'll see similar concepts, similar shapes. Right. You tend to not do that as much. You seem to be creating new shapes. It's not all hooks and points and vents and things like that.
I sweat that stuff a lot, but that also comes because I work in a place, you know, where I get to have a lot of time for each and every piece, and I think if people would, you know, make it possible for themselves to have that much time with each and every design that they make, you know, stuff can happen, you know, and interesting stuff can happen. You know, if you have like 2 or 3 days for every design that you do, good stuff can just happen. You know, and a lot of times I panic. Like, there's a lot of panic in my built into my design process. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have time to panic, and that's all right. You know. And I have time to just let it go and just sleep over it for a night and see what's happening next day, and that's also fine. And you know, having that amount of time, I need that amount of time to be able to come up with things that I otherwise wouldn't be able to do. You know, if I give myself less time, I know that I get more and more repetitive.
because you find yourself falling back on crutches or easier tools?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I fall back onto my recipe that is like pretty much tried and true for me, and then it becomes a little repetitive, and I bore myself very, very quickly, and that is something that is unacceptable for me because, you know, tattooing is my life that can't get boring, you know.
Right, because then you'd have to change.
Exactly. Yeah, who wants that?
Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that, exactly. Like
so,
that.
where do you get your clientele? Most of them travel in to you?
Pretty much all of them. Yeah, I have nobody from my neighborhood or a lot further than that, from that part of Germany. I would even say, like, I'm living in Eastern Germany, and most of my clientele comes from like all over the place. But the people that come from Germany come from Western Germany. I don't know why. I can't really tell why that is. Mostly, I'm conducting my business in English, even though I'm German. And I think a lot of people might not even know that I am German, you know, on the internet. I don't know. I've never really did a lot of thinking about that. So, you know.
Do you ever find that there's drawbacks to communicating in English when you're trying to communicate ideas?
No.
No. Okay for you?
Just me getting, like, sometimes, you know, a little confused and, you know, having to juggle different languages, you know. But, you know, at our home, we work with 3 languages all the time, you know, like Dutch and German and English. And I'm so used to, you know, doing that. But, you know, if I get, like, German clientele and they're forced to watch, like, TV in English, you know, they're always like, all right, okay, I guess I'm reading subtitles today, you know,
sure.
Because I can't handle it anymore. I don't want to.
No?
No, I get tired of my own language sometimes, yeah.
Why did you decide to stay Eastern Germany instead of going to like some large, like, city area?
It was a large city area. I mean, it's close to Berlin.
Okay.
You know, so that's. But I chose not to go into the city very, very consciously because that grinds me down. You know, that constant contact with pop culture.
Right.
I can't stand that. You know, that makes me. And you know what? When I was getting tattooed by a guy about like a little more than 10 years ago now, the setup that he has there, you know, with a garden studio and everything, private studio and all that stuff, I thought that is so ideal for this kind of work, for this kind of large scale work where people come traveling in and all that, where you can really take your time with them and they come to a home and all that. I thought that was, for the stuff that I want to do, absolutely ideal. So that's what I do, and I can really just streamline my workflow you know, so minutely in my own place. I wouldn't want to have it any other way at this point, you know.
And now you don't have to, right? I mean, you don't have to fight for clientele anyway. They come to you.
You know, I have to do stuff, you know.
Oh, of course, yeah.
You know, I have to stay busy, but no, it's going pretty good. You know, I can't complain. I have only people in my clientele that I like, which is also something really nice, you know. And that's probably if you get to do something that you like to do, you know, and if people like what I like, then the chance that, you know, I like the people that come in is really, really high, and it's a good place to be, you know. If you can work with people that you actually really like, you're very likely to do something on them that you really like too, you know. So that you can really that you can really be proud of, you know. And that's why I also like to spend a lot of time with them. You know, when people come for the first time, I take a whole week just, you know, to start one tattoo. Effectively, in that 1 week, I only work 2 days, you know. And I lose a lot of money like that, you know, obviously. But I think it's really, really worth it. You know,
because you're creating the work that
I want to create. Yeah, absolutely, yes.
So you mentioned being tattooed by a guy. Have you collected from other people?
Not really that actively, you know. I'm not like an avid tattoo collector because I'm such a navel gazer, you know, and I'm so far away from everything else, being in Germany and all that. and it's really long ago. I mean, I still have to get like my other sleeve done and all that stuff.
Do you have plans?
At the moment, no, not really.
That's an interesting shot.
That's my sleeve. No, at the moment, not really. And yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, is that fine?
We just got a note saying Jeff can Skype back in. You can bring him in whenever you like.
Yeah. No, at the moment I don't really have any plans to get any tattoos because I'm so focusing on my own stuff at the moment, you know. And there's so much good stuff out there. I'm pretty much overwhelmed, you know, with all that is happening in the tattoo world. So I'm pretty tuned out of it too.
Yeah.
You know, just for
on purpose?
On my own, for my own protection. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
That's good.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy Venice?
Venice was amazing. Wasn't it amazing?
I loved it.
I thought that was something else. Yeah, definitely.
Had you been there before?
No, never. I wish we could, you know, I kind of want to do something like that too in Berlin, you know. That would be a really good place for that. It's like quite similar. Hey, there's Jeff.
Hey, Jeff. Can you hear me?
Hi, guys.
Hey, good to see you.
Yeah, I can hear both of you. You're
perfect.
You're both captivating.
Oh, hey, thanks. How's everything in Oregon, other than the internet?
It's good. I don't know why the internet was having trouble, but yeah, it's good. Temperature's great. It rained today. It's very Oregon-ish.
Oregon-esque?
Yeah.
So when did you guys meet each
Markus.
other? Whoa, sorry.
Hey, Jeff. When did we meet each other, Jeff? 2008, London Convention. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never seen his work before. I think I walked by his booth and I was like, hey, what is this? You know, it was really good. And then we met each other later at the hotel and we had an argument. I do remember that too.
I don't remember that.
Do you remember what you were arguing about?
No, not really. I was just remembering I had an argument with this amazing guy. And I think we resolved it though. But I don't remember what it was about. It's so long ago. It was funny though. Do you remember that? You don't remember
it's funny
that at all?
because no, I don't remember the argument. I remember talking to you in person multiple times and not realizing that you were this incredible guy that I was following online. And I would go home and write you online and email you and tell you how incredible you are. And then I'd see you in person and I'd be like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Like, why is he always around?
That's nice. Before I met you in person, I thought you were like 6 feet tall.
Yeah. Everybody tells me that feels great.
That's actually why we're such good friends, because we're both of a similar stature.
Yes, eye level. Yeah.
That's good, it's important.
It actually is, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But we both brag about being taller than Prince, so.
We should,
you
know.
Rest in peace, Prince. Poor guy's
Yeah,
gone.
of course.
Why'd you have to bring up Prince? No, I'm just kidding.
Because, you know, same stature.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I think Prince was actually, doesn't matter.
Do you think he was taller?
Mm-mm.
You think he was shorter?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you guys aren't that short.
Thank you. You just said exactly something else like just a minute ago. But that's cool.
I said I thought you were really tall.
Yeah.
I never said...
And I'm not.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not either. Hey, Jeff, are you going to take Marcus's seminar at Paradise? Start doing some bio?
Dude. You should do some bio.
Well, his seminar is honestly one of the best seminars, if not the best seminar I've ever taken in my career, and I'm not kidding. It's incredible.
Thank you, Jeff.
Cool.
That is, yeah. That's a nice compliment.
I've only gotten to listen to it.
Yep.
You left your audio recorder behind somewhere,
Oh,
and I found it.
you found it, and
Yeah.
then you snatched it.
No, I mailed it back to you.
Oh, that's right. Thanks, man. Yeah, totally forgot about
But
that.
not before I listened to your seminar.
Exactly.
I actually have it on this computer right here.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's just, yeah, perfect. There's going to be another seminar. Jeff, you going to come to that seminar too? Going to do some Bio-Mech?
Well, I don't know the schedule. I know I'm tattooing most of the convention, and I have a couple seminars also.
Yeah.
But of course, I'll be there as much as I can.
Seminar at your place.
I feel like I'm a part of the making of Markus Lenhard's seminar, because I feel like I encouraged you to share, and
Absolutely.
I feel like you were just waiting for someone to ask.
Absolutely.
So,
and
yeah,
you gave
I feel honored.
You gave me the stage for my first seminar. That was awesome. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's super cool. And it's thinking back, I remember Laura Jade showing up from Portland and to take your seminar at our shop, and it's before she ever had anything to do with Off the Map. And I just think about how things have kind of come together. It's really awesome.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Jeff definitely has been like one of the big driving forces behind me thinking about doing a seminar, actually, because I was pretty afraid. And I think we talked about it a couple of times, and I kind of asked you a couple of times, what should I think about, how should I begin, how should I get started with this, and you had some really, really good advice. And that definitely made it easier to just, go ahead and do it. And then when you told me you could do it in my shop, I was like, damn, I guess I should take you up on that offer. And I did. So that was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I do get tired of my own voice, and I get tired of my vocabulary and my whole message, and I love the idea of bringing people into the arena of actually sharing and expanding, I guess, the awareness and culture of tattooing.
Yeah, you've been.
So I've been working with Laura for the last couple of weeks about how to build her seminar. She's doing her first seminar at Paradise. I did a seminar with Corey Norris. I just like bringing people into that place of sharing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It makes me feel good.
Yeah, it makes us feel good too.
So when you started tattooing, were people as open and sharing?
No, not really. There was a different time. And it's not really like, that sounds like it's ages ago. It's not really that long ago. I mean, when I started, there was already like a lot of information available. When I started, it was already like a little easier to get to equipment and, and to get started. I think I had a much easier time to do this within the vacuum that I did it, because I did it pretty much on my own. But I couldn't have done it if there wouldn't have been a reinventing the tattoo, for example, or just like people in general that were sharing their knowledge. I don't think I would have done it like with so little hiccups, Definitely not.
How many times have you read that book or referenced that book?
In the beginning, a lot. I haven't looked into it for a long time. But in the beginning, really a lot. It had a big influence on my work, which definitely also a reason why I got into Bio-Mech, so much, because that's what I wanted to do. So I got into that book, and if you want to get into Bio-Mech, you have to know Guy, and then that's a pretty good start. But there's so much to it. I mean, for me, really, all that stuff, all the like abstract art is really philosophical, because it doesn't really explain itself. It's a little bit like classical music, I think. Where you don't have any lyrics, you just only have music, and that's got to be enough, But the music gets like really, really intricate. You have like, I don't know, like 20 people that play an instrument there, You don't need any singing, but it also needs like a little bit more attention. It asks a little bit more of the onlooker, asks a little bit more time, maybe asks a little bit more insight, asks a little bit more openness, a little bit more of a to reach your emotions, maybe. So it's definitely not for everybody. It's definitely not something that everybody can enjoy or can understand or even knows why people would put that on them or whatever. But, it's interesting. If you look through my clientele, the kind of people that I'm tattooing is quite interesting. You know, I get artists, I get architects, doctors, scientists, you know, a lot of people out from IT, you know, a lot of programmers and IT people.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's people that just like to see abstract, intricate things, things that are very thought out, things that are very like, not planned in a sense, but that have a lot of effort put into it that you can't like extract like on first sight, you know. And I think a lot of these people enjoy that they can spend a long time with these pieces without getting bored, you know, because they come from a line of work that requires like the same amount of attention, so they can appreciate it.
Jeff, have you dabbled in abstract tattoos at all?
Yeah, I think I have. I like shapes and I like movement, and I try to build things off of arcs. I do think that you can be easily distracted into the focal point, you know, the picture. And I kind of joke with my clients a lot that I get tired of making pictures on people. I would just like to make shapes. So yeah, I mean, that's what attracted me to Markus's work. Originally, I felt like it just had the best flow I'd ever seen. You know, he could just take feathers. And it's funny, I mean, I'm working on a piece right now on a girl from San Francisco, and in my mind I titled it Fangs and Feathers. I just wanted the tension between those soft things like feathers, and then it kind of tucked in there, there's a bunch of kind of like gnarly teeth and gums, and you know, that's a direct reflection of what I saw in Markus's work from a long time ago. Just
cool.
Just that movement from one end of the tattoo to the other end. And you know, I think that's why there's a big attraction to black work and to ornamental stuff is the same thing that Markus is talking about, where, you know, it's intricate and it's complex, and yet from, you know, you see it as a whole. You don't see like the eye or the teeth or the subject matter as a picture. You see it as just shapes and movement, which of course I try to incorporate that into all of my work, whether it is a subject or not. So yeah, I mean, I've dabbled. It's just, I guess I'm dabbling in the abstract from kind of an abstract place.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I mean, you can see it in the piece right now, in that back piece, that you have like this big S curve in the belly scales of that dragon that just go pretty much over the whole body. And I don't know who said it to me. It's definitely not from me, but somebody said that to me once, that, you know, if you look at like Oriental dragons, that's just pure Bio-Mech. You just put a face on it, pretty much. If you know how to draw a good dragon,
yeah,
you know how to draw a good Bio-Mech, and vice versa. And I think I didn't really find my own style of Bio-Mech before I knew how to draw a dragon.
Tattoo artists are power creators, not power administrators. Save time, money, and trees with Tattoo Release Forms app. Your client will photo his ID, enter personal information, information about the tattoo, health information, initial legal clauses, and sign his name. When the client is finished, you can make session notes and choose inks and needles from the most popular brands and configurations. Preview the form, sign it, and hit upload. The form lands on a secure cloud in seconds as a printable PDF. If you're at a convention or without Wi-Fi, TRF will automatically upload the forms next time you're online. Return clients can simply search for themselves, check to make sure all the information is correct, and sign again. Done in seconds. Download Tattoo Release Forms app from the Apple App Store for free and enjoy 25 free forms. Also available in the UK, Canada, and Australia.
I've seen a piece of yours where you tattooed a candle. I don't remember which piece exactly it was, but you could see like a candle and the candle flame and everything, and I thought it looked really, really cool. But that's also because you know how to make something look bright. You made it really dark around it, and you gave it enough space. And unless you do that, you can't really get a good illusion of a light source on skin. I don't think it really needs a lot of space.
No, it's super difficult.
Yeah, it really needs a lot of space.
I don't feel like I do it well, so I don't want to do it anymore.
You just tattooed a candle here when you were just here.
I know.
What were some of the challenges?
I know. Well, just exactly that. I mean, I kind of veered away when I was there on that piece from trying to make it a true light source, and I tried to make it look like a tattoo. That's all I kept telling myself in my head. My own inner dialogue was just like, don't worry about it. You can't make it look like real light, not within these parameters, so just try to make it look like a tattoo. So it's more of the symbol of it or an illustration of it. So I picture in my head like, I don't know, like an old illustration in an old book. It's not going to look like a real light source. It's just like an etching or a drawing of it or a tattoo. So
yeah, and I think that
I just wanted to know how Markus felt about that.
Yeah, I think that's important to do. Sometimes one can get carried away with like, this has to look accurate, this has to look like a real light source, and you kind of forget that it might not work. It might not work, and
right.
You also have to always see how is it going to look in 10 years. And I make a big point of trying to. That's why the portfolio of my online portfolio is relatively small, because I always try to only show healed work that has also settled for a while, and it's not easy to always get the clients back in and actually do like a photo shoot and just come back just for that,
Right.
But when I get the chance, I try to really document it well. I take like pictures, and like also for myself, I want to know how that stuff heals. I want to know if I'm doing stuff right. I want to know if the inks I'm using are reliable, and all that stuff. And especially with light sources, I've really gotten away from it. I really just use like pretty colors, and if they look like a light source in the background, great, then I achieved my goal. But I don't rely on that stuff. I think a piece has to work with black and black only. If
right.
I start all my pieces like that, all my pieces carry a lot of black, and that's the first thing I do. That's my first test, And if somebody is standing in front of the mirror after a couple of days of heavy tattooing with a full sleeve on them that already looks like a finished piece, and where I don't think like he needs to explain that to everybody, because it's just a couple of lines or there's like a big hole somewhere or something. If it works with only the black, then it's easy to improve on that impression with
right.
color. It's also easy to still fuck it up with color, obviously, but
Yeah, color ruins everything.
Absolutely.
I've got a personal question for you. Not personal for you, personal for me.
Oh.
I am working on a drawing because I'm tattooing with Guy's going to be guiding me through a tattoo at Paradise.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get some bio elements in there.
Okay.
For someone who's not experienced drawing that kind of stuff, do you have exercises or tips or
what do you
advice?
struggle with? What's the first thing that comes to mind when you struggle?
Well, my first thing is that I'm starting the drawing without ever drawing a lot of bio. So I'm immediately referencing other people's stuff and trying to put those parts into mine, and then it doesn't really work.
No, of course not.
Right.
So how do you start a bio drawing? What's the first thing you do?
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the first thing I think that goes for any kind of drawing. The first thing that you want to know is like, where is it going to go?
Sure.
Right. If you don't know where it's going to go, then it's a safe bet to do like an S curve or something like that. That almost looks good on anything. But I'd say you want to know where that thing is going.
I do know.
All right. Where's it going?
It's going on a thigh.
On a thigh. So lots of space.
Back of a thigh.
Back of a thigh.
Not this big.
Oh.
Small.
Yeah. No, that makes it hard, because bio tattoos, when they're good, they kind of encompass like a body part. So that you can't see everything in one go. Because if you can see everything in one go, the only way that you can make an illusion of depth is if you make a hole. So that makes it a little harder. How would I do it? Make it in a way that it can be made bigger later. So what you want to probably try to do is like draw a full thigh. It's actually going to be a lot easier than just drawing a little part of a thigh. So draw a full thigh and then just put the spot that you actually are going to tattoo, just make that interesting enough that it works as like an outtake. But always give yourself the opportunity to make that thing bigger, or give other artists that will jump in later on that thigh to finish it, you know, give them the opportunity to actually connect to your piece and make it like a full thing. I think Jeff was talking about that in his DVD that he brought out a couple of years ago, that it's really important for us as artists to actually, you know, step up to the plate and, you know, really connect into the pieces that we're working on and look for completion on people, you know, because they're people, you know. I see that a lot, you know, there's a piece here on an arm, there's a piece here, and there's always like an inch or something in between,
right? And
there's nothing you can really do with that, you know, instead of just, you know, just going all in. But, you know, what you should probably be thinking about, make a small drawing of a big tattoo.
Thumbnails?
Thumbnails, yeah. And use big movements, big gestures, shapes. I'm talking, this is the kind of stuff that I'm really talking in my seminar about the bio stuff. You know, like there's like 3 things that Bio-Mech consists of. And there's a certain ratio in which these things should be applied. And everything should be built up on a certain flow. And this is probably the first thing that you should also start with. Start with a flow that would look good on a thigh. And then, you know, draw it really rough and really quick, and then isolate the part that you want to actually tattoo, and then work that out a little bit. And I think the most important thing with Bio-Mech is to not get carried away too much. Because every stage that you work at, you get to panic, and then, you know, you get to develop it a lot, and then you add too much detail, and then once it comes to the tattoo, you'll do the same thing again, you know. So keep it simple. I think with bio, it's always nice to keep it simple, have a lot of repetition in it, especially if it's a big piece. Yeah, cool. It's probably more advice than is good for you at this point.
I appreciate any and all advice, because I'm pretty anxious about the whole thing.
Yeah,
so.
I can imagine. Yeah.
So thanks, man.
Yeah, Guy is gonna be there. So
yeah.
that's pretty good. Pretty good backup.
Right behind me the whole time.
Yeah.
So Jeff said I was crazy for doing it.
It seems pretty crazy, but.
Well, hey, we got to go because we got the network news coming up. Do you guys want to add anything before we do?
I'm looking really forward to teach at Jeff's again on the 14th. And I'm really
looking forward to it.
Also teach at Paradise for the first time. That's really exciting.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
How about you, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's awesome to be around people like Markus. So very inspiring and humbling.
We're gonna run your Surrender trailer. Can you tell me a little bit about what we're gonna see?
Well, oh man, yeah. I'm putting out a video about large-scale tattooing and how it changes you as a person, and really all the sacrifices that you go through to make that happen. You know, it's not just about your skin. It's about the pain, it's about the blood you shed, it's about the work you put into paying for those sessions, and it puts everything on such an epic scale. It really changes you as a person, and I believe it builds character in a person that you wouldn't expect to come from something like a tattoo. But it's a powerful experience and it's a powerful message. So I'm really excited about getting that out.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the whole project. So far, so good. It looks great.
Awesome.
Thank you both. I'll talk to you again soon, I'm sure.
Totally.
Everyone, sorry about the technical stuff with Jeff earlier. Jeff, we'll get you back.
Yeah, me too. Sorry.
We'll talk to you about more stuff later, I'm sure. We're going to run Jeff's trailer, and then we're going to be back with Josh Suchoza and the network news. So stay tuned. See you in a bit.
Every tattoo is a collaboration of efforts for both the tattooer and the one getting tattooed. It takes understanding and perception to truly convey the message of each piece. I tattoo on a large scale, and I've been tattooed that way as well. I got my full back done in Yokohama, Japan, by Shige, the Yellow Blaze. 7 trips to Japan, 12 full-day tattoo sessions over the course of 3 years. My life was changed forever. It transformed my tattooing and continues its ripple effects through my own work and the tattooing I do every day in my studio. I have clients from all around the world, and the thought of those ripples changing lives in other countries, families, and cultures is humbling. It simultaneously fills me with gratitude and pride that I have such a privilege in my life. I started this journey nearly 20 years ago, getting tattoos and giving tattoos. But I've been changed. I don't just have tattoos now. I am tattooed. I had to surrender who I was to become who I am. And that transformation is ongoing and ever-changing.
This is Tattoo Now Network News.
Cool. So here we are. That was pretty awesome with Jeff and Markus. That was great. It's October 3rd. Got the news for you. October 3rd is also National Techie Day. So let's give a huge thanks to all the computer experts in your life and everyone behind the scenes here, because if they weren't doing this stuff up in the balcony, it wouldn't be possible. So thanks, Tim. It's also Virus Appreciation Day. Total coincidence with that, maybe? I'm sure all the computer techs out there don't really appreciate viruses. And tattooers, we don't really like them either. But we know they're out there, so it's a thing. If you want to get better at protecting yourself and your clients from viruses, I will be doing my Bloodborne Pathogen seminar coming up at the Paradise Tattoo Gathering. You get certified and learn a little bit. You can register at paradicetattoogathering.com. Also, speaking of viruses, it's Tommy Lee's birthday. Happy birthday, Tommy Lee. Gabe thought that was funny. I've worked all day on that one. Yeah. Anyway, network news time. Paradise Tattoo Gathering is coming up, and we are looking for some volunteers. We need some runners, door people, and other event staff. You'll receive access to the gathering and a free t-shirt. If you're interested in volunteering, email management@tattoonow.com. We're also hiring a new studio manager here in Easthampton. Go to our website and check it out, offthemaptattoo.com. And our last little piece of news today is Nick Baxter has a new series of paintings that's going to be unveiled at Sacred Gallery in Manhattan. November 12th is your opening reception. Dude, Gabe, that sounds awesome. November 12th. If we can, we should drive down to Nick's opening. And you guys should drive down too. Maybe we'll see you there. And finally, Thursday, this week, me and Ben, who's still here, we'll be in Boston at the Royale for the Descendants show. So come find us. We might have off the map swag for you. Maybe. And that's it. So have a good night. Ben will be back for you.
What is a webinar? It's your chance to up your game and improve yourself with new techniques in art, in business, and tattooing. Webinars are streaming professional development seminars taught by the masters of their craft that you can watch in the comfort of your home, your studio, or even on the go on your mobile device. If you have a stable internet connection, you can stream a webinar. Here at Tattoo Now, we continually produce high-quality video presentations from top artists and business people. Our catalog includes hours of education from greats like Guy Aitchison, Bob Tyrell, DJ Betts, Jeff Gogue, Russ Abbott, James Kern, Tommy Helm, Ian McCowan, Kelly Doty, Rummer Oriana, and more all the time. These professional artists share their years of experience to accelerate your path and help you become more successful. Fill up on high-octane brain fuel now with a Tattoo Now webinar. Do you want to bring your career to the next level? Then webinars from Tattoo Now can help you do that. That's it. That's our show. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you got some information that was useful. Make sure that if you want more information, you can check out Jeff's website and Markus's website, and you can come to Paradise. Or if you're on the West Coast, Markus is doing a seminar out in our West Coast shop on the 14th. Yeah. On the 14th. Is there still room? There's still room, so get yourself there. If you're on the East Coast, come see him at Paradise, which is coming up the week after that. I want to say thanks to our viewers out there, Santa Rosa, Newton, Mass, Ohio, Holyoke, Myrtle Beach, Southport, UK, Australia, Puerto Rico, Virginia, locals, Westfield, Massachusetts, and Mexico. Cool, thanks for watching. I appreciate everyone out there for watching. Thanks Marwin Dwellers for chiming in. You've always been a long-time supporter. It's always good to see your name come up in the chat room. If I didn't get to your questions in the chat room, I apologize. I'll try to get to them next time. Don't let that stop you from asking them. Check out Off the Map and Tattoo Now on Instagram and Facebook. If you want to follow what we're up to, we're always posting stuff there. Like I said, the podcast is now available on iTunes in both audio and video format. The audio format, I think, is a great thing because I listen to a ton of podcasts in the car, so hopefully you will like it too. If you do like it, make sure you review it, subscribe, comment. It'll only help us make this show better. If there's any stoners out there watching on cable access, thanks. I can't believe you still watch television, but it's cool. If you don't have it on your cable access station and you want it, call them and they can get it for free at pegmedia.org. They know where to get it. They know how to get it. Tell them you want it. They have to put it on. Next show is in a week. I'm not sure who's on it yet. But we do have future episodes coming up with David Corden, Chris Jones, Corey Ferguson, Ralph Nonweiler, and many others. You can come see us live at the Paradise Tattoo Gathering and at other conventions around the country this year. Email in some suggestions if you want to see a specific interview. And if you want to watch old episodes, check it out on YouTube or iTunes. We'll see you in a week. Thanks for watching. Later.
Fuck your beer. Hey,